It wasn't just a fart.
No.
It was a shard.
A shark to the dome from point blank range. Boom!
Welcome back to episode number 3 of the It Is What It Is podcast, the number 1 podcast in the entire Nebula. My friends, you guys are showing the podcast so much love and support.
So much.
You guys are loving the boys episode, so we decided, why not do another boys only episode? We're going to have guests very soon. Literally next week we should have a guest, very special one. But this week, our first week on this 12-month journey, traveling across the country, and boy, this week was filled with some crazy times, huh?
Oh, a lot of ups and a lot of downs.
Some crazy times and some crazy L's.
A lot of L's.
Might be the most L's I've ever seen taken in 1 week since we've been with Rohan, probably, since then.
Yeah, man. You know, the Hutter RTV, the Hutter himself, he's not with us, but I think we might have Hutter 2.0 in our midst right now.
2.0 right over here.
Can we get a zoom in on Hutter 2.0?
Hutter 2.0. This guy's literally Hutter 2.0. Should we tell them what has happened this week?
Let's get right into it.
Yo, just get right into the biggest part. Yo, this man got arrested this week.
Our first week of this trip.
Yo.
He's stressing right now.
Yo, guys, so if you don't know, on our main channel, we played a hide and seek video. And in this video, literally, we played hide and seek. This man lost so bad, so he had to do the loser dare. The loser dare was he had to jump in the river that was in the middle of downtown San Antonio. Mm-hmm. So we go to the river.
Oh, by the way, I'm blindfolded, so I have no idea where I'm going.
Oh, he had no idea. We took him in the car. We drive him there. We unveil the blindfold. He sees it, and he just sees like literally like 50, maybe 75 people just around the river watching him.
And all the people watching, they have a pretty good understanding of what's about to go down. Because Brandon starts taking his shirt off. The people start cheering. They're like, whoa, jump in.
Jump.
Literally, a whole crowd of people are chanting him on. Brandon does this. He gets the crowd hype. And then as he's about to jump in, some cops drive by on a boat down the river.
On a boat. That was my sign. That was a sign to just not do it. I should have just been like, nah. But
that was literally God telling you, hey, man, don't do it.
Yeah.
But you ignored the sign.
Well, it was an hour, 40-minute drive, so I wasn't going to be like,
it was a far drive. We drove far.
And it is the loser dare, so you have to do the loser dare. It's kind of just how it goes.
Yeah, he didn't really have an option. There was no.
Maybe he should have just not lost.
Next time.
Yeah, it would be one of us getting arrested.
Yo, but what happened is the cops drive down on the river with the boat. We wait till they're out of sight, so couldn't see us. And then Brandon proceeds. He takes his shirt back off again. He gets the crowd hype again. Everyone's chanting.
Yeah, let's go. Jump.
And then look at Brandon, bro.
He's stressing.
Brandon is so stressed right now.
It's okay, bro.
I kind of feel bad because
I do feel bad.
We put him in this situation, but everyone's chanting him on, and then he jumps in the river, and little did me and Ricky know, jumping in that river is no bueno, not good.
Apparently, it's illegal, which we did not know. We did not know. Everyone around there.
Hey, they did not know.
No, honestly, I didn't know. And all the people around there, all the citizens of San Antonio, they should have said, man, if you jump in, you'll get arrested. But they were encouraging the bad behavior.
Bro, and the workers across where the restaurant was.
Oh, there's a restaurant on the river. Even the workers came out, and they were all, like, filming on their little phones.
Yo, there was a mariachi band playing for customers of the restaurant. They're playing their little guitars and stuff. They stopped to watch you jump in. Everyone was watching you. And then as soon as you jump in, everyone just goes silent. And then
Brandon literally crawls out of the river. He stands up and he goes like this again. He's like, yeah, everyone's like, yo, cheering him on. Yeah. And we're just enjoying it. Brandon's like the king of San Antonio for that like 10 seconds. And then all of a sudden, we hear a lady scream, run. And not only one lady, like a couple different people were screaming, run. Like you can hear it in the clip. Pop it up. One more time. That literally people were screaming run. We didn't know what was going on. So we start running. We start running, and we go up the stairs away from the little Riverwalk area. We start running, and then as we are running, we were met with some people. Some whoop 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 whoop.
Whoop whoop! That is sound of the police.
The ops came.
They came.
They came.
And
And they conquered. Yeah.
they got the job done.
Well, they saw us. They saw. We weren't running from them. We were just running because everyone was saying run, and we were just gonna go back to the car because we filmed all that we needed at the river. So we're just running back to the car. And
It was so chaotic. So when everyone was screaming run, we were just like,
Our adrenaline was up. My adrenaline was up.
Oh, I can't imagine you.
Dude, I was like,
that's the first time
man.
you ever done something like that, right?
Yeah. And I ran.
Literally,
Like,
the first video, besides being introduced, that was your first actual video of being in like an IBP vid.
Yeah.
And Bud got arrested. So go back to the point where we're running. We're
Okay,
running.
so we're running, and then we realize the cops are behind us. So then we stop running, and there was a cop on a bike. He pulls up to me and Brandon, and then he's looking at me and Brandon. He's like, "Yo, which one of you jumped in? Was it you or was it you?" I'm completely dry. Brandon, on the other hand,
No shoes, dripping wet. I had gray sweat shorts on, so you could tell that they were wet. Like how hair's
Literally
wet.
dripping. He was dripping.
was
You could see
dripping.
his footprints on the concrete.
And I was like, Nick.
we just looked at each other. Me and Brandon just looked at each other. We're like, "Yo, what do we say? Like, do I take the fall for him,
or do you say, yo, he went that way? Definitely
Yo.
not. Don't say that.
Yeah, don't say that. But it was kind of obvious because there was only one of us that was wet. So then he asked Brandon to turn around. He puts Brandon in handcuffs, and I felt so bad, bro.
First time being in handcuffs, huh?
What was that like?
I don't know. It's stressing me out thinking about it, to be honest. But yeah, it was my first time. My heart was it was kind of beating a lot, but at the same time, I realized I didn't really do anything wrong besides jump in.
Besides the thing that you did wrong.
Besides the thing I did wrong, but I wasn't running from the cops.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
wasn't like
Yeah.
harming anyone either. It was more like an innocent.
And he wasn't running. He wasn't running. Like, we literally didn't know. And as soon as he knew the cops were there, he like pulled over to the side.
So then after they put you in cuffs, I'm just standing there, watch them handcuff you and look at your ID, and I'm just thinking, bro.
I thought he was going to jail.
I was like, yo, 1 week in, and this is already happening. But hopefully that's the first and last time that something like that happens, right?
Then the first and last time, or the last time I take an L in hide and seek as well.
Oh, he's never taken. Next time we play hide and seek, this man gonna be running. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were gonna take him into jail, and I thought he would
yeah.
at least stay the night, and we'd have to bail him out. I was like, man, I know how that feels, and I felt bad because we put him in that position because he kind of put himself in that position for losing. But so he's talking to the cops, and I'm just like, yo, just hopefully they let him go. And this is a lesson for all you kids out there. Don't get arrested, but if you do or you get pulled over, just be honest with the cops because Brandon was straightforward. He told the truth. Brandon was like, yo, I jumped in. I'm not going to lie. He pulled over, and as soon as they told him to, and he was just straightforward. And luckily, because of Brandon's honesty, they let him go that day.
They let him go, but he might have to go to court. We're still trying to figure it out,
It's literally in the process right now.
but it could have been worse. But thanks to Brandon being an honest, good guy, I think the best thing that could happen other than getting away scotch-free happened.
Yeah. And speaking about that river, I guess the cops
my
told
God.
us it's like one of the grossest rivers because it's just
Stagnant
water. So it's like, and there's like bird poop, everything in there just stays in there.
And it all runs down. Like there's water moving down, and it all just kind of sits pretty much right where he jumped in. So definitely, I would not advise jumping in there. For number one, it's illegal, and because there's a bunch of crap in that water.
And on top of this, when he jumped in, he got cut on his hand. So all of that bacteria, all that bird poop could have infected this man. So honestly, in the comments, let's get a free BG.
Hashtag free BG. Hopefully his court goes well. Hopefully he doesn't even have to go to court. We're still trying to figure it out, honestly.
But just free BG, man. So you guys know that he has your guys' support.
Look at him. I've never seen him this quiet, bro. He's actually Look at him, bro. You okay?
Free BG, all right, guys.
Man,
Hashtag free BG.
he going through it, man.
But that is not the only L the boys started taking. That was the first one.
That was the start. That was the
That
start.
was the start, and then it just started going downhill from there. Definitely started with a bang right there. But then I think the next day we were filming a video for Brandon, and while we were filming, we left the car trunk open. And if you know anything about cars, if you leave the trunk open, the lights stay on, and that will drain your battery. So we're about an hour away from home, and we try to start the car. It's late at night.
That's all you hear.
Just a clicking sound. We're like, no, man. Are you kidding me? He just got arrested, and now we're having to deal with car problems. And I'm no mechanic. I don't even know what I'm doing.
So we ask a random guy. We were in the middle of a parking lot in a gas station, and we ask a random guy, "Hey, can you jump us?" We're like, "All right, it's just gonna be a quick jump." So he charges our car. About 10 minutes later, we're like, "All right, just gonna click it," and we go. All we hear is doesn't start. So we're like, "Bro, no way, bro, no way." So at this point, it's getting late. It was almost what, like 8:30?
It was dark outside.
Oh, very dark. And we had to find the nearest AutoZone. Nick and Brandon had to Uber there while I watched the car because their windows were rolled down. They couldn't even roll up because it had no more power.
And the AutoZone was almost closed. If we would have waited like 30 minutes longer to try and start the car and realize it was dead, we would be stuck in that parking lot. Probably still.
Bro, shout out that Uber guy. Remember that little iPad on the
Yeah,
back of
yeah,
the seat? I've never seen that before.
We took a little Uber to AutoZone, but he had a little iPad in the screen. But we got the battery, we bring it back, and then we start changing the battery. And sure enough, boys, it worked. But
But that was just the second L.
there's more hours. There's
The
more hours.
very next morning, the boys wake up. We wake up, we go to the gym, and there's a basketball court at the gym. Brandon and Nick are like, "Yo, let's ball up." I'm wearing running shoes. I'm like, "Yo, I'm not trying to break my ankle. I ain't trying to roll or nothing. I don't think I'm going to play." Nick's like, "Hey, man, let's just play. It's just one game."
Yeah, I was like, bro, come on. Just take it easy. You don't got to try full force. Just be gentle. Maybe don't go in for a layup. Just take a little outside shot where you're just going up and down. Nothing's really going to happen, right?
And I was like, "Bro, I literally said, one of us is going to roll our ankle, but I'll play." I literally said those words. We go play. We're going through the game. Brandon, Nick, balling up. Honestly, Brandon went off that game. He literally carried the team. We're about to win. We're playing to 15. Score, it's like 14-11. One more point we need. This man goes up for a shot. Boom, comes down. NCK rolls his ankle. Buddy.
Pretty much last play of the game. I also airballed the shot, so it's not like it was even for anything good. I airballed the shot, didn't even brick it, and I rolled my ankle.
You can see it right here. Here's the picture.
Should I show
So
him?
it's a little bruise. You want to show it right now?
I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bruise on it. A little bruise.
And I just look at Nick and I go, "Bruh, I have nothing to say."
Of course it would happen to me, though. The one saying, nah, we should play. Nothing's going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen. And the way that the week was going, it was bound for another L. I'm honestly waiting for another L.
Oh, we also forgot to talk about another L. While we were sitting in the parking lot waiting for our battery to get fixed and stuff, PG yacked. I forgot all about that.
I did yak.
Oh, he threw a ball over the parking lot.
I was doing a little food challenge.
So me and Brandon have taken L's, like specifically us. So I think next up we got Ricky. You're due for an L, buddy.
I ain't taking L's, bro, because I am aware. You just gotta. I learned from your guys' L's. I've been arrested. I'm not gonna get arrested again. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
And I've rolled my ankle before. I'm not gonna roll it. I've already learned all these lessons, so I implement them and I learn.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You just gotta learn from all the lessons, and that's all you can do in life.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. But what else have you learned? What's some other lessons that you've learned?
Some lessons I've learned. Do you want to talk about the lessons I've learned?
Yeah, you seem to be a smart guy, apparently.
I've learned not to get arrested.
How?
Just don't do stuff that's illegal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also the other one, don't roll your ankle. Just don't play basketball when you're in running shoes, bud.
You did that though, like a couple days ago. You played basketball and running shoes.
Yeah, but I didn't really try because I was like, yo, I ain't rolling my
how
ankle.
many points do you have that game?
All right, bro. All right, we're stopping. We're stopping talking about.
Yo, remember?
All right, it's
remember,
embarrassing.
remember who was guarding Ricky
It's embarrassing, okay? I got 0 points that game. That was my L of the week. I scored 0 points. That was embarrassing, okay? Bro, NCK is literally, he's known for L's. Look, but he's got L's on his feet.
I have an L. I got an L on both feet, even on my right foot.
Look at this clown.
Bro,
Speaking of embarrassing things, though,
what
I
about him?
want to know everyone's most embarrassing story. I want to know. That's something I've always wanted to know, especially from you, bro, because
Yeah, I think Brandon's gonna have to go first.
I just think you have something
No,
embarrassing.
no.
You have to. It's your week to take L's. It's just like, take that L again. Come on, bro. Put him on this.
That was a while ago. I'm talking like first grade. Is that
Most
is that-
embarrassing story?
I think it's embarrassing to me.
All right, then tell.
I just always remember it for some reason.
Okay, tell it.
What's the story, bro?
All right, first grade.
He doesn't want to tell it.
So I had this weird phase in first grade. I couldn't like control my farts.
Oh,
In first grade, I couldn't. So we'd be sitting in class or whatever, watching something on the smart board, and I
Love those
I
things.
remember this, and it just like sneak out, and I
Wait, what do you mean you couldn't control? Like,
I like, couldn't stop it. It's like a lot of pressure in my stomach or something.
Like, you know what was coming,
I
you're
was
like-
bloated, and I'd be like, oh, and then go, "Ooh," like it'd slip out, silent but deadly.
Wait, was it? So was that? What kind of sound was it? More of a, tss, or was it more
no,
of a?
like a no, neither. It was more like a like.
why is it breathing? Why is it breathing?
No, I don't know what it sounded like because my head's up here and it's down there. But if I imagine the sound, I'd go like.
Yo, at least you couldn't.
But listen. It goes on. So
Okay.
I would do it. There was a point. I learned how to control it at one point because I think I talked to my mom about it, or my teacher talked to my mom about it, but I would always do it, and everybody around me would tell the teacher, "It stinks over here. It smells. And I like deep down, I knew it was me, but I wouldn't get red or anything. I just.
Brandon's like,
You'd be like, who was that?
He's
Who?
like, yeah.
I would just be quiet. I would just be quiet. I would just be like,
did your own farts smell bad? Because I know sometimes, like, if I fart, it doesn't smell as like. I don't think my farts smell, honestly.
no, mine do.
Oh, trust me, I know.
And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is also, first grade, kind of growing up a little bit, and my crush was on my table.
No.
And she was the one that called me out at first. Called it out. It being my fart. So I would pass gas.
And what do you say to
It
her?
was worse when the lights were off and we were watching something on the smart board. Because it's just dark, So it's just you just
So you
smell-
can see the fart.
And she called it out, and that's when she did it. I would get embarrassed when she would call it out because I'd be like, oh dang.
Would you deny it still? You'd still be like,
Oh no, yeah.
like, oh,
You're like, who was that, man?
yeah, Jessica. That,
My
that
gosh.
really does stink. Was that you?
Yeah, but just to clarify, guys, I have it all under control now, and I
My
can
gosh.
control them.
I beg to differ.
What does that smell?
Dude,
Bruh.
No.
is that why you're sitting so far away?
I just don't.
Yo, I can just imagine though in the parent-teacher conference, the teacher's sitting there like this, and then Brandon's mom walks in, and then the teacher's like, "Yes, Miss Giebel, your son, he has a problem. He can't control his farts." Like,
But
what
I
does the
think
teacher
I think
say?
there's a part of me that I was like, dang, I can't control them. But there was also a side of me that was like, yo, this is kind of funny. No, it's not, it's too aggressive. It's more like this.
Yo, honestly, this leads right under my most embarrassing. Speaking of farting, honestly. Speaking of farting.
or sharding.
Just let you know, I got a lot of fart stories, but this is by far my number one most embarrassing story. So, me and Nick, when we were back home in Florida, all of our cousins would get together, and we have a big family. My mom has literally 9 brothers, 1 sister, and they all have kids. So we're all over at my uncle's house. We're all playing Super Smash Bros. You know, there's 4 controllers. We're taking turns. Whoever loses is out. Then whoever wasn't playing before comes in. So we're all in the room playing Super Smash Bros., having a good time, having some of the best times of my life. And I was about to play, and I was getting excited. I was like next up. Like, I was like ready to go. And so my cousin, he loses. And I'm like, yeah, man, I get to go up. So I take the controller, and I'm like about to play Super Smash Bros. And then my cousin got so mad that he lost. So literally, I'm looking at the TV like this. He goes in front of me, pulls his pants down
No.
from the backside,
No.
sticks his cheeks in my face.
Wait, how close? How close were
I'm
his
talking
cheeks?
like 2, maybe 3 inches. Very close.
I was there.
Like this close, right, Nick?
Yeah, very close, very close.
Nick was watching all this because Nick wasn't next up and he wasn't playing,
Dude,
so he was witnessing.
No, you're not gonna say what I think you're gonna
So
say.
he after he pulls his pants down, this is real, bro. This is
True
no joke.
story.
He pulls his pants down, and he lets it out. I'm talking not like you, not. I'm talking like crazy.
Yo, but the thing is, it wasn't just a fart.
No,
It was a shard.
A shark to the dome from point blank range.
Boom, dude. I'm not even kidding, bro.
Right
It was
on
on
the-
your face.
Dude, so
Right
it was
right
on your
there,
face.
right there.
So I'm playing, and he farts in my face, and I get up. I'm like, bro, what'd you do? Like, I'm all mad. Like, bro, why'd you fart in my face? And it smells. Obviously, it smells. He farted in my face. And I look around. All my cousins are looking at me like this. And I'm like, what? What? I know he farted in my face. It's
You
embarrassing.
didn't feel it?
I didn't feel the
extras?
spray. I didn't feel the spray.
But then he was like, "Yo, what's that smell
like,
on my
it stayed
face?"
it stayed too long.
Wait, did you
You know how a fart, like, it lasts for, like, a little bit? I was like, bro, it smells like poop.
And it smells
And then what? You went,
gross.
you went,
No,
you
no.
went to the mirror?
Yes. I walked to the bathroom mirror, and I got a brown spot this big.
Straight to the dome.
So, dude, all the uncles, my mom, my dad, all the uncles, all the aunts, and all, like, the older cousins are out in the living room. I walk out there, and I go,
With poop on his face.
Mom, Mitchell pooped on my face. And they're like, yo, like we've always been like the pranksters in the family, so they're literally like, all right, stop joking around. Like, you guys rub chocolate, you rubbed a little Hershey bar on top. And I go, but I stand there like this. And I'm like, serious. And they're all laughing. I'm like, he actually pooped on me. And they're like, no way.
They still don't believe it. They still don't believe it until
My mom comes over, she grabs my forehead, pushes my hair back, and she goes, oh my gosh, it is.
it's true.
Yo,
It's true.
So they took me to the bathroom. My mom had to, because I was still very little at this point.
Yeah, you didn't clarify when this was. It was probably you were what, like 6 years old?
Yeah, I was very young. It's not like I was like 19. I was like 6. I was even younger than you probably. But so they take me to the bathroom. My mom has to put me in the bathtub, wash it off. And she got it off. And then my cousin got a nice little spanking after.
Yo,
You know how
that
you
kid's
know
a
how
savage,
Asian
man.
parents
That kid
be.
is a
Pooped in my
savage.
face, bro. Crazy. Who's been pooped in the face before? Comment down below if anyone's been pooped on in the face.
I hope no one says yes.
But yeah, that's up there. I got so many more, but that's number one. Takes the cake.
I have to clarify because you made it seem like he pooped on your face for no reason, but I have to clarify, you were farting the previous like 20 minutes nonstop and stunk up the whole room. So he got
I forgot about that on purpose.
everyone in the room was getting sick of you farting and it smelling so bad. So he decided to take it a step farther and instead of just farting on you, he was going to do it with no barrier. There's no protection.
I can't believe there was actual spray.
Bro, so you're telling me you're like playing Super Smash and you're so into the game, you're just like, you hear the clicking of the remote, and then he has enough time for him to pull his pants down without you doing one of these.
He did it so quick.
It was quick,
It was
bro.
quick.
Oh, he did
It was
one of
like-
these?
It was like,
Yes, it was like that, bro.
like record speed. Like, I'm not going to do it right there, but it was record speed.
He pulled him down, and right after he pulled him down, boom, right to the dome.
Imagine
splat.
if you were doing one of these. You're playing and you're about to win and you're like, ah!
Dude, imagine if he didn't pull his pants down, though. He would have just sharded his pants.
Imagine, dude, it literally, like, the circle, like, ended right below my, like, eyebrows. Imagine if it was a little lower in my eyes.
No, I don't want to imagine that.
It still haunts me to this day, but
Great story, though. That's a great one to tell at parties.
I tell it all the time.
That brings me into my story where I was the one that sharded. And it wasn't too long ago, if I'm going to be honest.
The theme of today's
Yo,
podcast,
it's not
bro.
even most embarrassing stories. It's just, but who farted?
So it was actually...
Speaking of farts, I actually do have to.
Yo, you got to chill, bro.
Sorry. I felt like the time was appropriate.
All right, I'm gonna tell a different story because y'all are all about farts.
I'm sorry. I think I was talking about farts. Made me fart.
You okay, bro?
No, I'm good. I want to hear your story. I want to hear this.
I'm gonna tell a different story first. That is not fart related because I think we're gonna have a little bit too much of that right now. So this is probably, I think, in about 5th grade when I was a little youngin' and I was taking the school bus to school, and I remember I was on the way home, about to be dropped off, and I'm riding on the bus. I drop a pencil on the bus. It's like down there. So I bend over to pick up the pencil, and the shirt I was wearing, it may have been a little bit short, and my pants were sagging a little bit, not heavily, but just enough to show my underwear a little bit. And this was before I got introduced to boxers or boxer briefs. And my mom was the one buying my underwear. And I had tighty whities on, bro. And I bend down to pick up the pencil. And then, boom, shining so bright, the tighty whities in everybody's eyes.
Blinding everyone.
Blinding everyone. Everyone's staring at my tighty whities. And then I come up with the pencil. I look around.
No.
Everyone's laughing at me, bro. And I was like, yo, what are you laughing at? They're like, yo, you got tighty whities on. I'm like, and isn't that normal? And bro, I got clowned so hard on that ride home from school. I remember getting home. I remember getting home, and then I go up to IBD, our dad, and I'm like, Dad, I gotta switch schools. I can't go back on that bus, man. Either you gotta take me to school, or I'm switching schools. I cannot go back.
Tighty whities?
Then what? You got some boxer briefs, or did you change after that, or did you just?
I got some boxer
You upgraded?
briefs. I upgraded to boxer briefs.
And then you dropped your pencil on purpose. the
Yep,
next
just to
time.
let everyone
Just to
know.
let
I
everybody
flex
know.
on them one time. And then a week later, I didn't really care about it anymore. But for that week, I was stressing. I would look like this.
Were you stressing as hard as BG was stressing when he got arrested, probably?
Probably not that much. Actually, maybe more.
At the time, I'm saying, like, at the time,
At the time, I was a
5th
little
grade,
kid.
that's
5th
probably
grade.
one of the... Dude, if something embarrassing happens in 5th grade, that seems like the end of the world for that moment.
It's kind of the end of the world. But let's talk a little bit about boxing and what is going on in the YouTuber boxing world and the forefront of it. Jake Paul leading and paving the way, absolutely killing it. Jake Paul, shout out to you. You're definitely not watching this, but shout out to you.
Gotta respect the man, you know. Everyone loves to hate, but after what he's done and what he keeps continuing to do, you gotta put some respect on that man's name. At least I have to.
Apparently, he made $40 million, or no. Yeah, I think he made $40 million in 2021 just from his boxing fight. So you can't really hate on that. You know what I'm saying?
And, I mean, do you want the news just came, literally as we're filming this, it came out.
Yep, there's rumors and news that apparently Jake Paul might be fighting Mike Tyson in an exhibition match. I don't know if it's true or not because I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw things that said he was definitely fighting him, like 100%. It was confirmed.
Like they signed the deal and everything.
And then I also just saw this that says Mike Tyson shuts down Jake Paul fight reports. So I don't really know what's good with that, but it's an interesting time, especially in the YouTuber boxing thing.
I want to hear what Brandon would actually think would happen if Mike Tyson fought Jake Paul.
Mike Tyson. Dude, yes, bro.
Even at this age? Like, prime
Yes,
Mike Tyson,
bro.
prime Jake Paul, Mike Tyson is knocking him out first round. Mm-hmm. But right now, I don't know. How old is Mike Tyson? 60? 50?
Honestly, I don't know, but I've seen a couple clips
Mike
of him
Tyson looked nice, though.
hitting some pads, and I just say, but he's still quick with
Who,
it.
Mike?
Yeah, Mike's
he's
so
still-
quick.
It just, for me, I don't want to see Jake Paul lose, but everybody wants to see him lose in a way, you know? And he's proved everybody wrong.
But you want the story to continue.
I'm still iffy on the Jake Paul boxing stuff.
You think his last fight was rigged, don't you?
I've said it before to you guys. I don't think it's rigged, but I think there's some stuff behind the scenes that's not quite shown.
What does that mean?
I personally don't think that it's rigged. Like, I think he legit knocked out Tyron Woodley. But I can see where a lot of the skeptics are coming from, because it would make a lot of sense, and it would make sense that they keep on having him win, because once he loses, he's not going to make nearly as much, because everyone's watching. It's like Mayweather. Everyone watches for him to lose.
Yeah, and but he grinds. It's shown. Like, he grinds. He works his butt off. So props to that. But I don't know. It's just an iffy thing for me, you know? All that all that influencer boxing and all that stuff is just like,
What would it take for you to be like, oh, that's legit, 100%, that's for real?
If he knocked Mike Tyson out, would you be like, all right? Because I don't think Mike Tyson would get knocked out, get paid to get knocked out. No way.
Yeah, but that's what people are saying about. I don't think Tyron Woodley would take a bag to get knocked out.
I don't think it's rigged. I don't think it is.
I don't know. Tyron took L's he took L's coming out of the MMA.
Just like you, yeah?
Yeah, exactly like me, actually.
But think about it. If Tyron Woodley took a bag to get slumped and knocked out by Jake Paul, and that got exposed, I feel like a lot of his legitimacy and street cred is kind of thrown out the window. Like, no MMA fighter is going to rock with him. They're going to be like, that guy's a phony, fugazi, fake.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's tough for me, and I'm on both sides. Like, I respect Jake Paul for what he's doing, but at the same time, I'm like, bruh. But dude, he's making money, so I can't really say anything.
That's true. Whether it is rigged or not, buddy bagged $40 million. So.
And he's changing the game. It was changed the whole year, and just
he's on a different level than like influencer boxing. There's like influencer boxing, and then there's Jake Paul.
And then there's real boxing.
And then there's real boxing. He's like in between.
He's in between, but low-key he be getting
close though.
He be getting like more views and stuff on his fights than actual boxing.
Yeah.
And
So
what
even is it?
One of the biggest points that I like that he makes is if you take a look at any one of these other fighters' first 4 fights, if you look at who Canelo was fighting in his 4th fight, it was some guy who was like 2-100, 2-99. Like, is Tyron Woodley better than a actual boxer that's 2-99? I don't know. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure there's like a term for those guys that go in there.
They're called journeymen.
Yeah,
because
journeymen.
They lead the other ones on their journey to success.
They pretty much
That's what they're called.
They get in there to take the L.
Yeah, and that's why he's 2-99. He's not supposed to win. Those 2 times he probably got yelled at. He's like, "Why'd you win?" He's like, "I tried to lose."
You think Brandon should become a journeyman at this rate? I'm kidding, bro. There's no more L's for us, okay?
I'm not taking any more L's, man.
I feel bad for BG, man.
We're only a week in. We're going to pick it back up. We're going to get going. My ankle is going to heal, and we're going to keep going. But someone who is apparently taking L's is apparently Logan Paul took an L from his fight with Floyd because he never got paid.
Take that L.
What? For real?
Yeah, and
No
it's
way.
been, yeah,
Didn't get paid?
he hasn't got paid still. So,
Take that L for him, buh.
But
Yo, but isn't that there's more
Yeah.
that is going on in YouTube boxing right now.
There's a
a
lot.
whole card of UK versus USA.
yes, speaking of that, I actually got hit up by one of the people kind of in charge of that whole event, and he asked how much I weighed and if I was interested in fighting, and I was like, I DM'd him back and I said, you know, I could be interested in fighting if it made sense and it was worth my while. And then he ended up giving me an offer, but I am pretty sure I declined it, and he didn't end up writing me back. But
Just training would take so much. You wouldn't be able to do this whole thing.
Exactly,
When you're
exactly.
training, you literally got to dedicate your whole life to it because the other person is doing the same thing.
when you're in training, it's pretty much you wake up, you train, then you go to bed, and it's like you're preparing for a battle. But the whole UK versus USA thing, who else is fighting on that card is Deji versus Alex Wasabi.
That's the main card?
That's I'm pretty sure they've only announced 2 fights.
Is that the main card?
That's one of them.
Deji's he's already taken 2 L's, and then, I mean, Alex Wasabi is a fellow Asian brother.
I dropped him though.
with 7 days of training. Apparently, he's been training for 3 years, and he's also 30 years old. Not trying to throw any shade. Like, love Alex Wasabi, nice guy. But
I don't know. Deji's taking some L's, and Alex Wasabi. I'm just saying, if I dropped him with 7 days of training, imagine what Deji can do if he actually trains. But will Deji actually train?
he hasn't yet, and he's had how many? He's had 2 fights, and he hasn't trained. We'll see when he steps on the scale. You can tell if he's trained when he gets on the stage every time. You know, pop up the pictures of Deji. I'm just like, you know, he didn't train. Like, he didn't train. I want Deji to do good. The thing is, I kind of want them. The thing is, it's almost a lose-lose situation for both of them, kind of, in a way. Does that make sense? Because Alex Wasabi, if he loses to Deji, it's like, dude, Deji is like kind of Hutter right now.
Yeah.
And if Deji loses to Alex Wasabi, Deji just take that L. 3 L's, take that L, bro. Like, 2 L's make a dub, but 3 L's makes a loser.
Yo.
No, I'm just playing. Pick your head back up and keep going. But we'll see. I can't wait to talk about it after all this happens, though.
For real. And apparently, this is not on the USA versus UK card, but just recently, I'm pretty sure this morning, the person that I fought, DK Money, and his friend Stromedy,
The clown?
the clown
hunter?
the clown hunter of YouTube, they made a video calling out Taylor Holder and Bryce Hall to fight. And if you guys remember, last year, Stromedy and Bryce Hall, they had a little bit beef going, and they did a little bit of a fight. And now Stromedy, since Bryce Hall didn't get paid, Stromedy's offering $100K to Bryce Hall if he fights him.
Dude, I would love to see that fight. Honestly. Like, at the time, Stromedy, like, he didn't seem like he was, but I've seen, like, I've checked his Instagram. He looks like he's been training a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know.
But has Bryce Hall been training or no? That would be a good fight. Honestly, Bryce Hall versus Stromedy right now?
Yo.
I mean, bro, you know, I don't know.
I don't know.
Could go either way.
And then,
Both clowns.
And then,
Just kidding. Love you both. JK. Neutral on both.
and then DK Money is trying to call out Taylor Holder. They both took L, so they both got that 0-1 record.
So good matchup right there.
Good matchup right there, honestly.
Yeah, I don't even know, bro.
I don't know if I would want to.
I want to see NCK box.
I do want to see you box again. I know all the people want to see it.
If you could call out somebody right now, would you name drop somebody you would want to box?
Dude, I don't like having beef with people is the thing.
But
though.
is there one person that you're like,
You're just
that
like,
guy's a...
like not maybe because you don't even have beef.
Oh,
You're like, dang, that'd be a good opponent.
The McBrooms. Don't like those. Don't like them. If I'm being honest.
Oh, there's a whole thing we could go in about these guys, bro.
Yeah. Not right now though.
Not right
That's a
now.
whole different story. But I mean,
Dude.
if it made sense, the McBrooms. Like, I just don't like them. I don't think they're good people. From what I've witnessed firsthand and what I've heard from other people.
I used to watch them until I met them, and now it's literally like I lost so much respect.
A lot.
My gosh, we have to go into that story one day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about the whole thing. Bro,
You know what happened, Brandon?
A little bit. You guys talked about it a little bit, and I watched the video.
Save that though. Save that. I think we got to get into our fan questions. Do you want to do one question each, or I think we're gonna keep it a little more condensed and do one question as a group. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down.
So,
down for that.
do you have a question? Because I don't have a fan question.
I don't have a fan question.
BG, did you come prepared? I hope you did.
I have one fan question we could talk
You want to
about.
read it? You want to read it?
Yeah, I'll read it off.
Yo, BG, man. Energy a little different this time. Buzz a little
You
quiet.
You can tell he's still nervous and stressing.
I'm sorry, BG. We are sorry, BG.
Oh, also, can I tell Brandon what was the actual loser there before I changed it a little bit, Brandon?
What was it?
Oh.
So you know how you had to jump into the river?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Well, Ricky wanted the original dare for you to jump off the bridge of the river.
It wasn't a high
Oh,
bridge.
yeah, guys, also-
it wasn't a high
also
bridge. It was a
listen.
12, maybe 15 foot, 20 foot bridge.
into 2 feet of water.
I didn't
basically.
know.
The water wasn't deep, bro.
I didn't know it was 2 feet. Well, good thing we checked right before, or else Buddy would have broken his legs.
Yeah, I would have taken 2 L's and
broken his legs,
He
been
would've-
arrested.
He would have been done for the rest of the trip. Like, literally.
No.
So, but
Oh,
Brandon,
man.
I had your back, and I was like, yo, Ricky, let's check the water.
Nick did have my back.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, I would have checked depth too. All right. Let's see this fan question. If you guys are
All
liking
right.
the fan question segments, I mean, we'll keep doing them. But if you're not, then we won't.
Drop some down below in the comments though if you want to hear it for next time. A little advice, anything, we got you.
So this was a fan question in the comments, and I saw it a couple times actually, and I think it's something to talk about. It's some life advice basically, but the question is, like, growing up, have you ever felt or known some of your best friends and felt like they're basically fading away from you? And this can happen through maturity, or if you're going your separate ways, or I don't know if something happens. I don't know if that's happened to you guys before, but I think when I went out to college or did something that my other friends didn't, sometimes you feel like you're losing your friends, or sometimes it feels like you guys are fading away because you're doing your own thing.
Dang.
So-
What do you do
what's the
in that-
question?
What do you do in that situation?
Oh,
How
okay.
do you handle that? Like, do you reach
Like,
out
what
to them?
happens when you start feeling yourself drifting away from your best friends?
Best friend, or I mean, it could be
Just
anything. Could
From
be
any relationship,
relationship.
standpoint.
That's a good question.
It's a little deep.
Or if
question.
you,
I can
or
relate to that,
If you
too.
feel like you're maybe disconnected, like you're just not as close anymore,
Mm-hmm,
or maybe something happened and it caused you not to be close. What do you do?
That's a great question.
Dude,
And I think me and, or kind of all of us, we're at that point where either our friends are going to college, your friends are kind of out of college and starting their careers and
they're
their
getting
jobs.
married, they're having kids,
And when
some
you're-
of them.
And when you're young, you don't really think. You're like, yo, we're gonna be friends forever. We're just gonna be boys for life. But then as you grow up, you realize that people start getting busy. They start doing their own thing because you kind of have to. You got to start providing for yourself and thinking about your future. And especially if you have a family, you got a wife and kids. That takes up a lot of time. Not that my friends have wife and kids, but low key, some people from high school, they be having kids, and it's like, wow, man, time really flies.
And I don't know if there's anything that you can do to stop that, because you're literally living your life and it just goes the way it goes. But one thing that I would say to all the kids out there that are younger or even our age that it's happening to, where you feel you're drifting away from your friends, or you know that it's going to happen in the future, is to appreciate that time together. Because a quote that hit me, it hit me a couple years ago, and it made me appreciate time with friends, because everyone was like graduating high school at the time, was, you guys remember when you were kids and you would ride your bikes around the neighborhood? There was one time where it was the last time that you guys rode together and you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
That's deep.
You didn't even know it, man. Like, I think about that. Like, all of our neighborhood friends, we sometimes don't even talk to sometimes. Like, Daring Dave, who was in the videos.
Yeah.
There was a couple brothers down the street from us, and we would run the neighborhood. We'd ride around, make like tree forts together, play hide and seek around the neighborhood, manhunt. And one time, when we were riding bikes, it was the last time, and we didn't know.
That's crazy.
So you just gotta appreciate those times. And same with like moving out here and doing all this. Like, you don't know if it could have been the last time you saw one of your other friends, because say they move to a different part of the country, say something happens to them, God forbid, but life happens, bro. So every moment is a moment that you just have to appreciate, especially when you're young, like, because you're growing up and you don't know what's happening. But I'm telling you, if you're young and you can realize that and appreciate, it's a big blessing. And I wish I would have done it more, but I'm here to tell you guys that you guys can, because I honestly didn't appreciate all the times to the best of my ability.
Dang.
But I am now.
This got
That's
deep.
deep. That's deep, bro.
That was deep, but it's very true though.
You can't really stop it from happening. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
happens. And the way I look at it is, because when I went to college, I made a bunch of new friends. So some of my friends were at home still, like my best buddies since first grade. And I think I would call those like my best friends. Like my main friends, I think I have top like 6. And I'm like, those are my boys. Regardless of whatever happens, I know I can always go back to them. But there was times when we drifted apart, because I was living my life over here and they were living their life here. And it's not like I'm just going to FaceTime them or text them like 24/7. I'm
Yeah.
growing up, so I'm trying to figure some stuff out and doing my own thing. But I think at the end of the day, like if you guys are truly really good friends, you guys will end up coming back. And it doesn't even have to be coming back. It's you guys, everything will be normal. Like if you hit them up, they'll hit you
Yeah.
up. And it just clicks again, you know?
There's always that connection, and there's some friends where you might not talk to them for months, maybe even years, but when you hit them up, and it's like no time has even gone by.
Exactly, and that's how you kind of can be like, yo, this is a real friend.
Like
you
forever.
know?
Yeah.
Like the vibes are always still there.
Yeah. And something too that I've started doing recently, friends are a big thing to me. Family is really big. Really big, but my friends, I've just always been around friends, you know? Like you're around your family. Family's important, but friends are also so important, especially the ones you grew up with.
Friends are the family you choose.
I was about to say that same quote, bro.
And I mean, choose your friends wisely because you are who you hang around.
That's very true. That's so true.
But moving on from that, what I was gonna say is, basically this last year when all this stuff was happening, the C word was happening. You guys C word. I don't want to say it.
see
but-
Ovid?
Yeah, that.
Oh, thing like
I really thought when I was with my friends and I basically kind of told them how much I appreciate them because I think that's a big thing to be like, dude, I really appreciate you, and especially my OG friends. I'm like, I appreciate you guys for being in my life for 10 years. Like,
And if you randomly say that, like, not many people do that. It means so much.
It means a lot. Yeah. Especially nowadays. I feel like people become more shallow nowadays. A lot of stuff is just on the screens. There's not that deep connection.
yeah,
Or they hit you up when maybe they need you
And
or
I
something.
think the C word, the C Ovid, that really made
I call it
people,
thing like.
that made people take a step back and really look around and be like, yo, what really matters? And friends and relationships, whether it's with your parents, friends, teachers, like that's a big part. That's one of the biggest parts.
It's maybe one of the biggest things
Like
that
one of the
matter.
biggest
is it one of the
things that
biggest
matter.
things?
It is one of the biggest things that matter. But
It is a very big thing that matters.
I feel like if to answer the question, something you can do if you feel it, you're like taking a step back and you witness, you're like, wow, me and him, we're not as close. Don't be afraid to just send a little text, say, yo, next time you're in town, let's go get some sushi or something. Like little things like that can mean a lot to people, you know?
Yeah, man. And the overall lesson of this whole thing is to just appreciate. You know, earlier we were talking about farts. We were talking about Brandon getting arrested. But I think we always try to include a little positivity, inspiration. And I like that about this podcast, you know? Because it's jokes, but at the end of the day, you guys are learning a little bit. Not only about our lives, but also about the things that we've gone through. And even though we're still young, we've definitely gone through a lot of life, and you can learn from it and take that into your life. And I think we should just end this on a positive note, boys. Like, I appreciate you. I appreciate Yellow Snow behind the camera. I appreciate NCK. I appreciate everyone watching this. And I don't know. I just appreciate everyone, man.
Appreciate you too, bro.
I appreciate you, Ricky.
You gonna appreciate the judge when you go to court?
Boys, I love episode 3. This might have been my favorite episode. It was honestly the most I ever laughed in one. Sorry. And also, honestly, the most I feel like that really is gonna resonate with someone out there. So
Resignate?
resonate. That means
Resonate.
resonate. It's gonna resonate with one of y'all, maybe multiple. And that's all I gotta say. If you guys want to say anything, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And BG, I think you are the biggest one that can say it is what it is, because when you walk in court, that's what you're gonna say. It is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
We'll keep you guys posted on what happens with BG. So stay tuned, subscribe if you're not already. #1 podcast in the Nebula.
Check us out on Spotify, linked in the description, and also comment down below who you think next week's guest is gonna be. We love you guys, and until next time, it is what it is. Dang, I don't know why we even did that. We said we weren't gonna do that, but we did it.